always played a big part. It's part of the all-out warfare and pushing the sandbox experience to the limit.
We're extremely proud of them and pushing forward now with the variety, the brutality, the physical vehicles, the presence on the battlefield.
Many of the combat vehicles we see in military today got their start during World War I, including fighter aircraft, bombers, armored cars, but arguably the largest innovation in armored warfare was the tank.
They were invented in this time, this place, to serve a special purpose.
We want it to be big, physical, brutal beast that essentially dominates the battlefield, and you should be scared of it.
In the epicness of these battles, there's a new time that happened with this era. It was the fact that the sky was filled with planes. Everything from fighter planes to twin-seaters to heavy bombers roaming the skies, which was unseen up to that point.
Maneuvering these planes was different than modern aircraft. They were quite light but had really powerful engines, so you can feel gravity's pull when you climb and dive.
It allows us to really give the players the feeling of being up in the sky and circling around the clouds, and I think it really offers something truly unique.
One thing that we're really excited about with Battlefield 1 is the introduction of the tanker and the pilot class. Those classes are unique for when you spawn into a tank or a plane, respectively.
And the idea here is that if you're in a tank, you should be playing a character that is specialized to taking care of his tank, to run his tank, to be as efficient as possible with the vehicle you choose.
The vehicle experience in Battlefield 1 offers great variety, big improvements in physics, part destruction that offers tactical improvements for the players, and it all combines into the sandbox experience that you can only get in Battlefield 1.
Hey guys, Jack here, and today, as we get closer to the new gameplay at Gamescom, another informational Battlefield 1 video releases, this time focusing on vehicles. All sorts of new stuff in here we'll go through, as well as vehicle paints, customization and much more. Let's check it out and see what we've got then. First things first, in order of appearance, what is this? Almost looks like the front of a bike. We've seen a vehicle that closely resembles this in the second trailer for the game. This one here, probably a small two-seater transport vehicle with a side cart on the side so whoever's in there can shoot out. The Rolls Royce in the background here we saw from the weapons trailer, room for a driver and a gunner, and then this marvellous shot from the sky, some epic airplane battles going on there, and I want you to notice the paint on these planes as we'll see more of that later on in the video. The Germans opting for a yellow top wing and checkered tail, whilst the British plane there, I think that's a Sopwith Camel, going for more of a lavish red and white stripe design. And next to look at a new vehicle, but only from the inside, and what looks like from the gunner position, the artillery truck. Yes, there is an artillery truck in the game that's going to make big boom booms. Also, it seems like it's got the passenger seat, as I said, for the gunner, maybe just one, I'm not sure, but it does have a mounted LMG inside for fending off any would-be aggressors. More of this later though. The German soldier in this clip too, is he carrying a BAR? Could that be the M1918 Browning automatic rifle? If you played any World War II games, you'll probably recognise this, but get this, it was actually used during World War I and it first saw action in France in September 1918. So if that is a BAR, it could end up being the LMG/assault rifle combo go-to weapon for support players who prefer that playstyle. Moving on, a few split seconds of a new map we haven't seen before, I think. The landship rolling over what looks like sand or a desert towards a small compound. There is some water in the background there too, it seems, maybe a small lake. This could be the map that we'll see at Gamescom with the armoured train. Also, if you note the A icon on the flag there in this image, it isn't like a normal conquest icon, it's kind of more like a down arrow, which insinuates that you should attack it. So could this be a new game mode, or perhaps the operations game mode that DICE had briefly mentioned in a blog post on the website beforehand? A small clip of the MG15 again, we saw one in the weapons trailer, but this one is the low weight version rather than the suppressor version which we saw before. Another clip of the desert map here with a plane flying around. We can't make out much there, but it does look pretty big. Couple of different paint options here in the next shot, and then again in the next. Also in this clip you'll notice that the light tank, the FT-17, is not equipped with a cannon, rather with something that more closely resembles a machine gun. We kind of already knew that vehicle options and customization would be a thing, but this trailer goes into a bit more depth and shows us some extra looks at it. And there's everyone's dad playing a flight simulator, that's just what they do. Some black and yellow paint on a British plane here, but something more special about this plane, it's actually firing rockets. Yes, plane rockets confirmed. They use these in World War I. In BF1, I think this is going to be an effective anti-tank customization for the fighter and attack planes maybe. More horses, this time in the deployment UI. Looks like if you want to ride a horse, you'll be able to deploy on it from the spawn. Only one available there, but that's not to say that there might be more per team. There could be some on the battlefield already in this clip or on respawn timers. Also this weird looking knife knuckle duster melee weapon, that looks very nasty. Customization of the attack plane, I'm not entirely sure what that gun is there. Some sort of lever action rifle perhaps for the pilots. Maybe you can even change it now and pick what you want when you spawn in as a pilot. I think that's the artillery truck on the right there, showing us its profile for the first time. It then goes into customization for the tanks. His weapon is the Frommerstop Auto, that one's new. You can also select your package. I'm guessing that's what type of tank or guns that you want. So do you want LMGs, cannons, flamethrowers, mortars on the back, etc. And of course the paint tab there too. Here's hoping I could paint the Why Though guy on the side of my tank as a custom decal. I doubt it, but we can always hope. The heavy tank definitely looks like a flamethrower option there, unless that's just the blast from the cannon. Can't really be sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if flamethrowers were an option. Moving on, first person view from the gunner seat on the new armoured Rolls Royce. From that POV I reckon you can only get 2 people in there. I wasn't sure before from the first trailer. I thought that it could be maybe 3 maximum, but now I think 2 after seeing that. Another view of the artillery truck, but this time I think this is from the driver's POV because you've got all the options there on the side and also you're firing the cannon. Looks like it's going to do obscene damage. The primary is obviously a massive cannon and a secondary of what looks like the 80 rocket gun on the hood there. I'm not quite sure, but also this weird wrench symbol with a lightning bolt. Perhaps this is a customization option for the artillery truck, like a quick repair maybe. And the fourth option there, the ability to poop mines. Always welcome that one, but make sure that you take some IBS tablets before you do that. And then the final shot, more aerial shenanigans and the infamous Red Baron skin for the Fokker triplane flying by. Very nice indeed. And that about wraps it up for this one, I think. If you spotted something I didn't, let me know down in the comments below. Didn't spot any actual horses this time, sadly, but we did get the one in the UI, which is something, I guess. Hashtag Horsegate 2016. But look at this, could be a horse riding on the crest of the hill. What do you think? Could be a horse creeping around the corner. Just saying, horses be creeping, you can't trust them. As always, thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next one.